on Facebook side. Let me know.
Okay. Yeah, my wife's from Raleigh, so we go out to Wilmington, Raleigh, all that stuff as much as we can. She's a. Was that? Yeah, it is. When I used to visit her when we were like doing long distance or whatever, and she was living in Apex, and man, just even going back like a year after she moved from there, it's wicked crazy. Jay just says connecting to live video
from last night.
All right, Hoppy, say something.
Tess, hi. Can you hear me?
Yep, Brew, say something. Brew. Say it again.
Yeah.
Yep. Mash.
What up? What up? What up?
Yep.
Let's
Lucky.
go Bruins.
Check, check, check.
Hey, Ben, say something for me. Good, 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 good. All right, let me
put it right on.
Let's go.
BG's brother now.
That's a penalty.
Mash, are you getting the video yet there?
It just says connecting to live video currently.
What?
Yeah, it's just giving me like the dots connecting to live video.
Who's
I hear someone repeating too, yeah.
Oliver, you better put something everybody can watch on. I don't want mini force and I don't want anything bad.
I think I hear a hockey game.
No, my game's on mute. My game's on mute. No, 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 no.
All right, well, I'm taking my vitamins.
I don't have
Yes,
any. I thought you sent me home with like a bunch. I guess not.
I did send you.
Did you? Oh God!
Well, I sent you guys home with stuff to take that night because you had a
who's
3 a.m.
echoing, first of all?
Yeah,
yeah, that's something. Yeah, big time echo.
Yeah, there's a big time echo.
Maybe
for some
you
reason.
did, and I just have to find them in my backpack.
Not my computer.
Oh shoot! Heck yeah! Lauren,
Hey, we're getting a bad echo from somewhere. We got to get that figured out.
Does everybody have headphones?
Everybody check that they're muted. Yeah.
Oh, you sound there. It went away.
There, it just went away. Whatever just happened.
Oh, weird. It just went away.
Hoppy?
Nope, it's back.
Brew, do you have headphones on?
Otherwise,
do you have headphones on
through the headphones? But the sound is just coming through the headphones.
I'm unmuted now, and it's all good.
Jay, did you? Okay.
I think it's good right now.
Hey Jay, I'm sending a shot to the.
All right.
1 second. This is what I'm seeing right now.
Brew, do you have somebody message Brew and see if she has earbuds or anything corded that she can plug into her computer will work?
Got you. We can hear you, yeah.
Yeah, we can definitely hear you now, and the echo's gone.
So whatever's going on right now,
you're frozen right now.
You are frozen though. Hey, but we can hear you. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. We'll keep the jittery video and keep the echo away. That'll work.
No, I don't want your door shut. Okay. All right.
No, you sound good right now.
Sound perfect right now. Whatever happened.
Jay, did you get the picture message of what I'm seeing right now on Facebook?
Plugged in.
Yep, that's it. You're correct. We're good.
Oh, so we're good.
Yeah, let me go grab a beer and take a leak, and I'll be right back.
Cool, and then we'll get started.
Actually, I might pee too quick.
I think you're fine. Because, yeah, your voice is coming through perfect. It's not staticky at all. It's something every week. I promise you, every week.
They have like a little bit of distance water, so I don't know if it's all muddy and you need to get checked, but
I feel like I can never tell until the kids
I
leave.
haven't
It's
checked
finally
eggs
quiet.
either.
I'm in
Idaho.
Orlando, Florida. Yeah, Matt's in Idaho. Lucky's in Wisconsin. Jay is in Blowing Rock, North Carolina, and then Brew is in Chicago.
Everywhere, Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah. We were well. She was in Germany before, so then we were international. Oh, did I hear an echo?
I'm hoping that North Carolina's in our future. Okay. Hopefully, after this Idaho stint, we head back to the East Coast. I'm in Boise, so I'm in the Air Force. So they decided to send me out to Boise, Idaho.
Boise.
And I
Bring Puppy in here real quick as soon as we get.
Oh, it's insane. I really hope this housing market is right where it's at, and like, or even better in 2 years when I go to sell my house. I can't even imagine the growth. I got.
Welcome to Hops News, the trusted source in beer culture news. Here's your host, Jay Brew, with special guests, the Hoppy Mommy, Lucky, and Nash.
Hey, welcome to another dicked up episode of Hops News. So I will tell everybody this day has been interesting, to say the least. I've got somebody joining me. I've got to show this one off a minute. Let me. We've made a.
I know who it is. I know who it is.
We made a trip this past weekend to Georgia to add to the newest member of Hops News. Well, look at the camera. Nobody can see. There you go. Look at the camera. That's the newest member of Hops News. As I posted from Pontoon, I will tell you guys, if you haven't been to Pontoon Brewing, it's a pretty cool experience. As a matter of fact, I'm drinking one of my favorite beers from those guys. It's not one of their fruited ones, but man, it is simply amazing. Pontoon Brewing's Quad Stack here is an excellent beer. I've got a couple of them to send to the crew. We stopped by obviously at the tail end of Craft Brew Week, or Craft Brew Week, whatever they called it. And they had a hell of a selection. They have a fruited Honey Crisp. Smiggles, Honeycrisp Smiggles with apples. I'm taking it they probably use some Honeycrisp apples. It is simply amazing, and definitely a beer that I've got for the crew to try out. So looking forward to sharing that with these guys, and this beer is pretty good as well. If you saw the title in my background here, and we've talked about them a little bit, and we've kind of pimped these guys because these guys are definitely have been game changers for me and lifesavers come Thursday mornings early. My Thursday mornings are usually pretty early. My alarm clock usually hits about 4 or 5 in the morning, no later than 5. And when you drink a couple of 8%ers, it's always good to have somebody by your side. And I tell you what, I'm not much of a gimmicks guy. I don't buy into a lot of stuff, but there's one thing that I do swear by, and that's vitamins. And when you're marketing them for happy hour vitamins, you definitely can't go wrong with that. So I'm going to go ahead and down my 2 happy hour vitamins and make sure that my morning on Thursday headed to the office is going to be much better. But we've got Ben Shaw that's going to join us here in just a second from Happy Hour Vitamins to tell us a little bit more about what they do and how he got started. And stand by, we've got a hell of a promo code, and I am going to commit, we're going to give away a shit ton of happy hour vitamins at the end of this episode. I'm going to ask a question. We'll ask a question. I know what that question's going to be. The first one to chime into the Facebook group there is going to get a damn ton of happy hour vitamins because I'm going to buy some with this promo code and make sure that you're well taken care of. So check us out. Stick around for the end of the episode because you won't want to miss that giveaway. Lucky.
Yo.
How are things up there in the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area? You guys should be like the biggest. If we ask Ben, who's your biggest mass market, and if he doesn't say happy hour or Milwaukee, Wisconsin, something is wrong.
Yeah, I will be the biggest advocate of it. After this weekend, we had a Hops News family meetup. I was in Iowa for a wedding, and I got to meet up with Patrick for the first time. Awesome guy. We had an awesome weekend, and he had some of the pills, and he gave me 2 the night before, and I woke up feeling fresh as a daisy. And then I went to the wedding the next day in Muscatine, I think, and I didn't have the pills. Woke up the next day and I wanted to die. Like, it was awful. So whatever's in them, they work like a charm, and I will be also buying tons of them with this promo code. So yeah, we need them up here.
Yeah, I tend to believe there is a lot to the vitamin world when it comes to dealing with hangovers. The issue has been there really hasn't been anybody that's these guys are really the first people that I've seen that's really like, hey man, the cure of hangover is drink a fucking quart of water and take these vitamins and you'll wake up feeling a lot better in the morning. So I wonder, it's kind of common sense to be honest with you, but man, the marketing behind this is pretty amazing. And I'm sure if you look through the list of things that are going on in this package, you will see that there's a lot of stuff going on, and there is even some stuff that I haven't had in vitamins, but we'll check it out from Ben. But yeah, I've been there, and I knew you were headed to a wedding, so I was interested to hear your take on that.
No, it was awesome. And again, shout out Patrick. We had an awesome night on Friday. I don't know that the happy hour vitamins worked as well for him as they did for me, because he passed out on the floor of my hotel room and allegedly may or may not have been throwing up in a garbage can the next morning. I was in the shower when it happened, but that's what I heard. I think they made him, sorry, what was that? I heard something. I don't know what that was. Maybe I heard myself. But I think he started drinking the next morning, which might have been the reason why. But anyway, it was very, very, very fun weekend, and the happy hour vitamins worked. They for sure worked. I drank a lot, and I should have felt a lot worse. So
pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Yeah. Hey, and if you haven't checked out Feeling Lucky, I will tell you guys, the current Feeling Lucky episode is absolutely fucking hilarious, man. Lucky kind of, I don't know if you call it a slip or just being brutally honest, but Lucky goes into some details. And I'll be honest with you, I almost felt bad about her until I realized she was the one that was talking shit the last episode in the chat. And then I didn't feel a bit bad.
Yeah.
Oh, the girl that likes Burger
That's
King.
right. Yes. He was talking mad shit that Burger King is better than Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, she for sure was.
So that's a reason to hate someone for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Definitely.
No,
Right.
she's amazing. She was my date to the wedding, and it was yeah, whatever you want to call it. Go check out the episode without giving too much away. It was I don't know. It was very funny. I don't really want to talk about it, but it was really funny. That's all I'll say. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, you got to go listen to it. It's a great episode. Lucky and those guys up in Milwaukee, I can tell you one thing that they don't do is take themselves serious. I mean, they are pretty loose up there. They have a great time, always a great conversation with those guys. Go check it out and have a listen with those guys. Great episode. I think I heard Mash back in here. Mash,
I
are
can hear
you
you.
with us
We're
again?
good. I'm alive.
Man, that's awesome, man. I will tell you guys, it's always hit and miss to see if the technology is going to work. And I will tell you, it is not easy pulling together. I think we've got tonight 6 people from all over the country on a live stream is not as easy as you think it would be. So, Mash, glad you were able to pull it together. I appreciate you setting up the Facebook feed, and I will share that here in just a minute with the people, so they can kind of see what we're dealing with. But Mash, how's things going there in Mountain Home, Idaho?
Man, things are great. This just happens. I have the Bruins game on right below me. I got you guys right in front of me. I got this delicious beer called Flying Spaghetti Monster. It's from Wicked Barley, actually, in Jacksonville, Florida. I did a beer swap with Lauren, not our Lauren, but a Lauren from Beard Owl. She sent me this, and it's wicked delicious. I mean, it's a hazy IPA. It's 25 ounces in this can, which is insane. So the color, beautiful, smells delicious, and it's also 3D can. So I have 3D glasses that you can like put on, and it's wicked cool. But no, things are good. This comic book came out today that I want to shill real quick. It's by Dark Horse Comics. It's called Rangers of the Divide. Pick this up because Hoppy and we have an episode coming out tomorrow. The creator, Megan Huang, she joined us, and she was like the nicest human being on earth, I swear. And so we got to read this comic, and so I wanted to support, and we went out there and did that. And things would be even better if the Bruins can just bury the Capitals in their backyard.
Yeah, about hockey season, I'm kind of bitter. I mean, I think I've shared with you guys. Well, let me grab this hat.
Hey, I actually picked the Canes to win the Stanley Cup, believe it or not, because that team is nasty this year. But yeah, I definitely diehard Bruins fan. So I got the game on right now.
I'm going to change into my Detroit Red Wings hat just for Mash's appeal and laughs.
Oh no, you poor thing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna bring back the dog.
yeah, it's been a brutal run it's been a brutal run really for anything in Detroit lately. But yeah, Mash, you guys are doing. Hang in there, man. It's been good. And I sent Lucky a message in the group last week. The Las Vegas Knights are looking for a controller, so that's right up.
That's actually my second favorite hockey team, believe it or not. I thoroughly enjoy the Vegas Knights. My best friend, my heterosexual life mate, he lives down there in Vegas, and so ever since they came in the league, I've always rooted for them. Marc-Andre Fleury is a wicked nasty goalie, dude. Like, he's been on some stuff. He's like the first goalie to play 15 straight playoff games and everything. So, yeah, it's crazy, man. We're living in some good times. The Bruins, I hate the Capitals more than any other team. So if they can just beat the Capitals, I'll be all right.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, we're check it out. We're on Twitch tonight. I will tell you, go check us out there. We should be streaming there tonight. We're on YouTube. We're also on our Twitter account, I believe. And we're on Facebook. Things may not last much longer on Facebook, folks.
Zuckerberg.
if the shit going down today continues, we may not be on Facebook much longer because they got scored on.
Something good.
They got scored on.
Aggressive. Oh my god.
That was a good one. So go check us out on some of those other ones. Share us, like us, retweet us, subscribe to us. We're reaching some numbers on the YouTube account. So go check us out there. Hoppy, how are things going down in Orlando, Florida?
I think the gold bond count is pretty low. It's been nice and cool here this weekend, actually. But I'm actually drinking a beer from Patrick, his homebrew. It's a black IPA. It's fantastic. This is the second beer of his I've tried, and I'm just so impressed by people who own brew. It's amazing. But I'm excited to have the Happy Hour Vitamin Guy on because I used to think like, oh, I'm not going to drink too much tonight. I won't take the vitamins. I'm going to conserve them. And now I take them every Wednesday because, well, we record this show and then Matt and I record the Geek Show. So I'm usually at a minimum 3 beers in, and I got kids. I can't be hungover in the morning. So I take my vitamins when we start, drink a glass of water before we go to bed. And I mean, sometimes it ends up being 4 or 5 beers, and I tend to drink higher ABV. So these are a lifesaver. So my kids get breakfast tomorrow because of these vitamins.
Yeah, and I'll be first to say that Hoppy's kind of been Hoppy, I think, been talking about Happy Hour Vitamins since we began over a year ago now. So it's pretty interesting to see it come full circle. The most interesting thing is the guy's just down the road from me. So that's a pretty cool connection being here in the old North State. So Hoppy's, my hat's off to you for introducing me to that as well, because it's been a hell of a product so far.
Well, when Benford and I first connected on Instagram, like he was the one that sent the little packets, and it says like share with your friends. So I was sharing with my friends, and it's funny. I had one friend. I was in San Diego for a little beercation, and these are vital for beercations, absolutely vital. We're going to Austin next month, so I'm going to be bringing all my vitamins. But I'm explaining to her that they help prevent hangovers, and before I'm even done, she's popping them in her mouth, and her husband's like, "What are you taking? What are those?" I'm like, "It's okay, they're vitamins."
Share with our friends legally.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a great
but I call them
product
vitamins, not pills.
Yeah, thanks for connecting those dots, Hoppy, and good joining us. We should be looking forward to some more Disney beer stuff, right?
I will be at Epcot on Friday, so yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I know you guys are about wide open down there now that everybody else is open back up. It's probably like Florida's not even in a pandemic anymore.
Well, they still have, so I think Universal's done away with everything. Disney, you still have, I went, and the night we got home, we were at Disney on Friday, and the night we got home, they said you no longer have to wear face masks outside, but you still have to wear them inside, and you still have social distancing, but they got rid of temperature checks, but they still have limited capacity, and you have to make reservations, and there's still no fireworks or meet and greets or anything like that. So, but they're making these announcements, and it's changing overnight, so we'll see. Who knows?
Yeah, good. Good content. Mash, did you say something?
He probably
I was just saying Idaho's wide open. No, it's the intermission right now. We get 20 minutes of me actually being a normal human being before I go back to pure, unadulterated rage.
Awesome. Let's go check in with Brew Witch up there in the Lake Bluff, Illinois area. Brew Witch, how's things going?
Things are going well. I mean, since the last time I talked to you guys, I finally made it into Chicago and did like all my favorite brewery things. So it was great. Like my dad had like vaguely mentioned hanging out, and I was like, okay, well, I have like 10 things to do today. Come if you want. Otherwise, I'm on my own. And it was amazing. And I went to all my favorite hangs. And I picked up one of these beers, which is what I'm drinking now. It is called Heliotropic. It's a hazy rye pale ale. It's from a crowd called Empirical, who I'm a big fan of. And it's just been, they're excellent. And like, they're just the coolest breweries. So like, I'm happy to be drinking them now. And otherwise, happy to be here. Just took one of the happy hour vitamins, hoping it'll get me through to tomorrow when I have loads of work to do. So, yeah, so things are going well.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Good to have you back on. It's always great to see you and have you a part of the team. It definitely feels like it feels like there's a full house now. Every time that Brew Witch is on the episode, it definitely feels whole now, because if you were a beginner listener to our episodes, you'll realize that Brew Witch was just a part of our international shows. And to have her stateside, especially in Chicago, is extra special. I definitely look forward to the content coming out of Brew Witch and having her on our episodes and more involved with what we have going on here. Brew Witch, did you get your happy hour vitamins?
I did. I got a huge package in, and I just took some vitamins right now, so I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, it's honestly on my bedside table. So like, if that's any indicator of how important it is, like, there you have it.
That's that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great. Thanks for sending it over.
So the folks will appreciate this. The best thing about these happy hour vitamins are you can get them on Amazon, and literally I ordered them on Saturday, and I text Brew Witch and Lucky. If he would have had his damn change of address in before, he'd have probably got the package as well. But
Whoa.
somebody's got his package at his old address and's like, what the hell's going on with happy hour vitamins? I'm going to enjoy the hell out of them.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, I ordered them on Saturday, and they were delivered, if I'm not mistaken, like Sunday or Monday up there to those guys, because they have literally like Amazon in their back door. So it's readily available and definitely there. Great promo code coming up here in just a little bit, so stick around and we'll get that out to you guys. Brew Witch, glad you got him on time. Lucky he kind of missed out, but it sounds like he's had some, so that's good.
I know that they work. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a nice thing about
Yeah.
we have the Amazon distribution here, like in Nampa, so like I get everything the next day. It's the dopest.
Yeah, I wish we
Doesn't
had that
everybody?
here, man. No,
No, not everybody.
you lucky fuckers,
Some
man.
people have to
thought that was the
walk up
point
the
of
mountain to
Prime.
get to Jay.
Listen,
No,
even
usually it's 2-day shipping. Me, I
even
get
when
that
damn
same day.
Amazon says they deliver on Sunday here, they don't deliver. You know what they say? They put in there, we tried to deliver, but there's no code to the gate. I don't fucking live in a gated community, you assholes.
Damn.
You fucking
No, they just you have
piece
to
of
walk up
shit,
a mountain
lazy
to get to your house.
bastards.
That's why.
No, that's because we don't have we've had to have a post office box here. So, and they don't open up the post office on Sundays. Pisses me off.
We still
Anyways,
get Amazon on Sunday though.
yep. Anyways, Ben, the man of the hour in the spotlight now. Ben Shaw, the founder of Happy Hour Vitamins. Man, you have saved me many a Thursday mornings.
That's outstanding.
Yeah. So, Ben, first question. What was the first beer ever you remember drinking?
Man, it probably would have been some, growing up in rural Ohio, it probably been something like a Bud Light, most likely Busch Light, probably a Busch Light. Good possibility, honestly. That was
Okay,
a popular beer when I was a kid.
Ben, that answer is going to come to be very critical at the end of this episode. We're going with Busch Light?
Yeah, let's say Busch Light.
Okay,
Very
stick around, folks.
Burning the couches in Ohio because that's all there was to do.
Yeah. That sounds like a that's like a very typical Midwestern answer though. The Busch Lights, the Bud Lights, the Milwaukees, that type of answer is a pretty typical answer of the Midwestern folks. So Ben, tell me a little bit. We're gonna talk a little bit about your beer experience before we get into these vitamins. Tell me a little bit about kind of what your beer experience was early. Do you remember when that Busch Light experience was? Was it probably the grandfather's refrigerator in the garage? What do you think that first experience came from?
Well, I grew up in an area that was very heavy German in rural Ohio. So beer drinking was very acceptable. Not like they pushed it on children, But one of the weird ones I didn't think about when I was a kid, they sold beer at my Little League baseball games.
Oh, that's awesome.
Fuck, man.
Someone just did that at the kid events now.
For the players
Oh,
or for
For the
the
players,
Yeah.
but for the parents. Like, and I didn't think anything of it when I was a kid. But I remember my dad mentioning it years later, like when I was in high school, and I was like, that's right, they did. A couple of places, these small towns I played baseball in, when I was like, 10 years old, 11 years old, they sold beer at the concession stands with all the, Freezy Pops and all the stuff for the kids. So it was very common to have beer drinking in that area. So I've kind of been around it, granted then everyone was drinking, your generic kind of, Old Milwaukee was really big in that area. I remember.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the northern Midwestern folks, the Michigans, the Wisconsins, those sort of things, Old Milwaukee is a big beer.
Yeah.
And I will tell you right now, you try to find an Old Milwaukee storage tank or fermentation tank or any type of vessel from those breweries, even Stroh's. Fuck, man, you're sitting on a gold mine. But that whole, man, I hate to say it, but I kind of miss those days, to be honest with you. When that beer was kind of the big days, and that's what Nick up there, or Lucky up there in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, is living daily, is kind of that culture. That's a big culture for kind of the beer industry, for sure.
We used to drink Old Milwaukee Light in college, and it is the best beer that you'll have for like the first 5 minutes. If you don't finish it after 5 minutes and it even becomes like a tad bit warm, it's not great. You have to drink it in 5 minutes, but we did, so it was fine.
They say they serve the crappy American lagers very cold to mask the lack of flavor.
Whoa,
They
bite
do
your
so.
tongue.
These are facts. I'm just educating you guys.
I would say they
That was
probably
rude.
serve them cold because that's where their drinkers want to be. It's like when you get done drinking, when you get done mowing the lawn in the Midwest, when it's 90 degrees and 80% humidity, it's like, man, let's drink a damn cold beer. Cause
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
Also, I just want to say that like everyone was like Lucky's winning the award for meeting the most people, but it's like Lucky's living like life up there. It's just Lucky and beer.
fuck, man, he's in the heart of it.
Yeah, the one with no kids or responsibilities other than
Oh,
my
that's what it
dog.
is. You don't have
This is
kids.
why
I
we're
can
all
just
buying
go pretty much
happy
anywhere.
hour vitamins because we have kids, and if I didn't have these happy hour vitamins, like I'm not waking up from work the next day after we record this and then geeks because we're like drinking heavy beers and then I got to get up the next day. So Ben, you've been a savior, man.
Ben,
Like I got to know, like, what is the idea? What pushed you over the edge? Wasn't too many Bush Lights that really got you like, man, I need to fix my life and get something so I don't feel this way.
wait a minute. Before you kind of cross that bridge, where did you go from drinking Bush Lights in college or your younger years? Where did you go next? Before happy hour vitamins.
So really the big, I guess, kind of big thing at 21, I started bartending. And I bartended, worked in the bar, which I still even do. I actually still bartend 20 years later. I still bartend one night a week. I work from home, gets me out of the house. It's fun.
That's awesome.
Keeps me young, being around the kids. But I was in the bar industry, and that's kind of what led to happy hour vitamins. I started at 21. As I got a little bit older, as you guys would know, hangovers start to hit you a little bit.
They
You
last
start
more than
to-
6 hours.
Wait a minute, Ben. Are you saying I'm
I'm
old?
still hungover from Saturday, and I'm only 26.
Yeah.
I am not 26, so it definitely is rough.
So basically, let's see here. Where am I at on everything? Like 8 years ago or so, I'd always taken different supplements, and some of my friends in the bar industry, because, in general, you're in the bar industry, you drink too much, don't live the healthiest lifestyle, but we try to be healthy. And I ended up started hey, I take this and this, to feel better. And I'd seen some hangover products. A lot of them weren't great. They usually had really random ingredients. And I was like, hey, I want to get a supplement made. And I came up with the idea of like, I want to get a supplement made for people that drink alcohol to help them feel better, to help with overall wellness, things like liver support and things like that, but also in vitamin deficiencies, but also help them feel better after drinking. And so I started basically just calling manufacturers and be like, hey, I got an idea. What do I want to do? And most of them kind of blew me off because I was just a guy with an idea. And then I finally got one to work with me, and they kind of explained how things would work. And he had gotten me in contact with a chemist, and the chemist, I went back and forth with the chemist for a couple of weeks, coming up with the formula. I had a general idea, but the chemist actually dialed in the formula. I was like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. He dialed in the formula, and then I had some medical people look at it. They gave it a thumbs up, and then went to manufacturing. And then the madness just started on just like, holy shit, how do we sell this, type of thing. And so it's been quite the adventure. But basically, I knew it was a product I wanted, and I knew there was a lot of people out there like me that like productive, mostly productive, somewhat responsible adult. I like to have a good time, but want to be able to
alcoholics.
Exactly, want to be able to functional the next day.
Ben, so my question is, you did this off of a bartender's salary?
For the most part, yeah. I've actually had a couple other small businesses, but yeah, this is all like, this has been a self-funded, basically endeavor.
God, man, we need to get you on bigger programs than us. Because
these are so much fun to go on.
Yeah, this is kind of
things, just kind of talking to people and seeing. It's been a conversation piece for me in bars for years, and it's always fascinating to see the response on it.
Yeah, this is kind of a story of like American entrepreneurship, right? Because a lot of the people that we have on here come from, drinking Natty Lights or, Milwaukee's or whatever it may be to, a professional career. And then all of a sudden they've got a little bit of money, so they're starting a brewery. But your story is kind of, old Milwaukee, bartending, like, man, I got to feel better in the morning. What the fuck can I do? It's like a vitamin. My expectation when I talked to you was like, this dude is like a college credit away from being a doctor. And that doesn't appear to be the case, correct?
What's that?
You've got a lot of people behind it that's helped you develop it, but you're basically coming from just being, kind of the beer connoisseur to being a bartender to being a guy that's like, I can help people feel better in the morning when they belly up to a bar and consume more than they should. There is something I can do to help them feel better. It's not
Absolutely.
it's not like you're leveraging your profession of being a doctor or being a chemist or being CVS, pharmaceuticals. A pharmacist. Yeah, there you go. You're kind of just the guy that's kind of behind the bar that you're like, man, we can do better. We can help people get back and get back to it much sooner than they will. So it's kind of interesting that I hate to say it because it's kind of a cliche. Everybody uses this, but it's kind of the blue collar approach.
Yeah, it's been an interesting journey, to say the least. It's the big thing more than anything. I've learned a ton. It's been fun. It's kind of a great excuse to go to bars, go to breweries, give out some product. People sometimes look at you a little funny when you're handing them pills.
You're like, no, cops, no, officer, this is the pill. This is good stuff. Yeah. This is legal.
It's vitamins, not
it's good for
vitamins.
Well, when I first started, I only had the bottles. Only had hold on a second.
Oh, I might have it actually.
Let's go to Hoppy. She's got it right there. There you go.
I only had 30 serving bottles.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And so I would have some of my friends that would help push the product, and they would pour the bottle into a baggie and put it in their purse. And I was like, hey, if I were to keep the bottle, if you're taking it into a bar, people are gonna look at you kind of funny,
Right.
especially if you're just giving them to your friends. And so then after I got kind of going more, I got the packages going, and that really opened up a lot, because that's the big thing, is where you get it, it's sealed, you see it, you understand, you can see the ingredients. I usually tell people, if I give it to them, I'm like, hey, keep the packet, put it in your pocket so you remember you took it. That's one of the funny things you'll run into, is a lot of people will take them, they get mangled, and then they take them.
Yeah. I will tell you one thing, and we'll go check in with Lucky here. One thing in Milwaukee that you could do very good with is blackout vitamins.
Well, I just need to know, like, why isn't the NBA and the NFL like buying stock in this? Because James Harden can hit the strip club tonight hard, and then he'd be totally fine tomorrow.
Yeah,
You're not wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't see any
Like,
fault in that logic.
Why are they not buying this up? Like, can we hit LeBron James up on Twitter and be like, hey, for your Taco Tuesdays?
All of his wine. Isn't he a big wine guy?
Yeah,
All
he's a
that
big,
sheesh.
I'm just saying,
Chris
like, the amount of-
Bosh is a beer guy. Well, it's targeting all alcohol, not just
the
beer.
amount of NBA, NFL players like that go out, they're in whatever city and they get wasted probably the night before a game, and like, feel, or whatever it is. Like, why are we not? We got to get this product to these guys. Like, hey guys, come see this. You can go get wasted and then still perform the next day.
That's the slogan. Get wasted and perform the next day.
Is it the best slogan? Probably not. We'll work on it, but nonetheless, like.
But
It's
it's
effective though, because you
yeah.
got
I was gonna say, it gets the
21-year-old
point
kids
across,
in the
you're
NBA
fine.
out there buying like bottle service, but hey man, not only can you play in those playoffs tomorrow, but you can still pop the Henny tonight.
Well, that's kind of how I got into it. Was I was
Poetic.
going on a beercation, and I was training for a half marathon, and I was like, I have to get up the next morning and run, or this half marathon is going to be terrible. But I want to hit as many breweries as I can because I'm only in San Diego for so long. So I remember the next morning after the first time I took it, and I'm running, and I'm like, I didn't get drunk last night, but I drank a lot. Normally I would feel it at least a little, and I'm like, but I feel fine. And we ran 3.5 miles that morning, and then went back to breweries, and it was perfect.
It felt amazing. And there's a
It
reason
did
for
feel
that.
amazing.
Happy hour vitamins.
Yep. But I did, like, when I first introduced it to them, I'm like, you can't go take 20 shots of tequila and 2 vitamins and then wake up and go run a marathon the next day. Like,
Have you
still
tried
gotta
it?
be smart.
Are
I
you
don't-
sure? Hold on.
Hoppy-
Is this a proven method?
I haven't
had-
drank tequila in a very long
I'm
time.
willing
but
to
I
try it because tequila is my favorite, but
Well, one of the things we like encourage people, because I've set up a lot of beer festivals and
Smart.
sold at the beer festivals, and I always tell people, I'm like, hey, and I have several friends actually since starting the company. I have several friends of mine, they're like medical doctors, and they've been able to, unfortunately they can't go on camera for me because they check with their employers, and the employer's like, no, we're not going to let you do that. They've been able to
Encourage drinking.
They've been able to answer a lot of questions. We actually tweaked the formula a little bit a couple of years ago to improve it. And the big thing with it, Happy Hour Vitamin, is basically water soluble. So you can take extra, and you don't really have to any concerns about it. Your body will expel what you don't need. So on big days like beer festivals, you're starting at noon, get the VIP line, get in there, you start drinking, go to dinner, you keep drinking. So I always tell people, that's one of those, you take a dose early, maybe take a dose in the afternoon, and you might even take a dose later. And I've actually polled our customers before, and a lot of them will do 2 or 3 doses on big days. Usually a lot of them say, hey, we'll take our dose earlier in the day, even before we start drinking, and then take another dose later. Just because, there's only so much two little capsules can do. If you're drinking that much, there's only so much they can do. And even then, I always tell people, I was like, well, even if you can function, like you don't feel 100%, you can function the next day. How much is that worth compared to being crippled?
That's what I'm going for. Hoppy wants to run 3.5 miles, and I just want to not want to die.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
wanna
really
run.
all that
Being
it
in the
is. And boy,
being
that's
in the military,
exactly what happened.
like I cannot tell you, like I need to market this to all like my younger please, I hope there's no military person watching this, but I cannot tell you how many times that we've gotten so drunk and had to go to PT the next morning and feeling awful.
Yeah.
Like this was also made for the military. Like, hey, you want to go out and get smashed, and then you still got to go PT and run in the morning. Boom! Here you go. Look it. the sky
You
is
need
the
a
limit.
government contract.
Yes.
This is made for the
That's what I'm
military.
saying.
So
We need
to
to get
piggy-
these in the military bases
Yeah,
because this
honestly.
is. I'm gonna start like going to the dorms and passing these out to kids and be like, "Hey guys, you want to feel great after drinking all that tequila tonight? Here you go."
So to piggyback off of that, do you have
Oh,
like a
he said
representation in South Korea at the military bases?
Oh my god, soju.
So, I have like being here in the coastal North Carolina, we have a couple very large bases. We have Fort Bragg and Camp Lejeune. We have 2 huge bases here. And one of my friends was higher up. He'd actually looked into it for me to see is this possible? And it would probably be pretty tough when we started digging in because as much as they want to admit, obviously these guys drink or ladies drink.
No, I don't. I say 0 on my my.
Exactly.
My
They don't
just so
want
you know, I don't drink. They don't know I drink.
They don't
I
want
say
to
I'm
get
too.
a
hurt.
doctor too, and I'm not in the military.
But I will say I have had quite a few young Marines that definitely drink take quite a few happy hour vitamins.
You know what? I wonder if I can. You know what? Let me first of all, Jay, give me that Smiggles. Second of all, I wonder if I can hit up because you're going after the Marines. They're hardcore. Air Force. We're a little more progressive. Let me see. I wonder if I can like talk to the shopette or something out here and be like,
Yeah.
hey, would you guys ever think about selling these? Because you're really onto something.
And
Yeah.
one of the things I ran into is, obviously this was one of those, you start a company, you have a product, and you have an idea, but you don't really know how it's going to go. Even like when I first got the pallet shipped to my house years ago, I'd never actually taken happy hour vitamins. I'd had an idea what it was going to be, but I didn't really know if it was going to work. And, so then I went out and handed them all my friends, and everybody was like texting me next morning, like, hey, man, I actually feel pretty good. But one of the things I found is a lot of people assume a lot of the target demographic is college kids. College kids go out and rage and they party. And I was like, actually, not really, because when you're 21, you don't really have responsibility in your life. And also, too, the hangover doesn't really hit you. And it's funny, Hoppy mentioned it, and you've mentioned it. A big thing I get is a lot of younger, just parents in general, because, hey, my kids are going to be up at 6 a.m. no matter what. I gotta be able to, make breakfast and be able to function. And that's one of the big demographics I get is more 25 to 35. And I do have the GOAT customer. Won't say his name on the air, but I have a gentleman that's older, and he calls my cell phone. Hasn't really figured out the internet thing. But his cell phone. He's been ordering from me for 5-6 years, and I ship to literally Florida, Pennsylvania, or Colorado, depending on the time of the year. So apparently, this young man's doing pretty well in life. And the one day I was talking to him, I'm like, man, this guy's up there. Like, he is up there in age. And he'd always be like, hey, Ben, you be able to get these here by the weekend? Got a big weekend for the lady friend and I. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I can get that out.
Hey.
Well, one day I'm like, so how's life treating you? Just, I can have a conversation with him because, this guy's obviously pretty awesome. And he's like, well, Ben, when you're 82 years old and play golf with your friends every day, your life's pretty good. And I'm like,
What?
Wow.
yeah.
Hell, that's my man.
Goals.
Yeah. I was like,
Goals.
That's amazing.
and my friends are all like, hey, man, you ought to get this guy as a spokesman. I was like, no, I want to meet him and sit down with him and just be like, what's the secret to life? Because obviously,
Yeah,
right?
no kidding, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have a lot to learn.
yeah, but it does skew. Actually, a lot of my use skews older because in general, a lot of people that are older have to be up the next day, and they used to maybe get after it really big, but now they have 5 drinks and they're mangled the next day.
Right. Well,
For
and
the
in the
next
craft,
week, really.
but drinking craft beer, there's times I pop a beer open and it's 11%.
Yeah.
And so,
absolutely.
having
That's
one of
like
those, sure,
every day
but
to you. What do you mean?
yeah, but not okay.
Speaking of,
Okay, listen, I've got to do a breaking news episode. I'm gonna. So if you've listened to us anytime at all, you know that fruited beers have not been my favorite, right?
Oh
Right.
boy. Dun-dun-dun.
This is
Not my favorite either.
yeah, I will tell you, this is This is going to be surprising. Honeycrisp Smiggles, Pontoon Brewing is always big on the fruited beers. This is literally and I've got to shake it up a little bit if you can see it. This is literally the first beer that I've popped from a can that I've had to chew before I've swallowed it. And I hope that we can get. I'm gonna pour it here. I hope that we can get that appreciation.
Oh baby. Ooh, damn, that's thick.
Whoa, that looks like apple cider.
Oh wow, that's great.
Mm.
It actually
Look
does,
at-
yeah.
Girl, you
Yeah,
so
you need to
Yeah,
thick.
warm
apple
that
cider.
up and
Hardcore.
drink it by a fire.
Yeah, literally, there's
Just like a
you
rap
can
video,
feel
yeah.
like shredded apples
What did you say?
in that glass, and I will tell you, this isn't. I can't tell you enough how amazing this beer is, and I'm completely.
That looks like football season, just so we were clear.
Yeah, I mean it's
Oh, yeah.
there is like a defined crest in this glass where the last drop hit. I don't know if you can see it there,
Oh,
but
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
there
yeah.
you go. It is those guys at Pontoon Brewing have me sold. I'm looking forward to getting this beer to the other folks on the other side of this camera. To be a part of this because it is simply amazing product with what those guys are doing. We might have to have a Hops News meetup at Pontoon Brewing with happy hour vitamins
Oh.
and drink a fuck ton of their beer because it is great beer. And it's I will tell you, so the surprise to me is the fact that they do this very heavily fruited beer very well. But they also do their traditionals like this that's not fruited extremely well as well. So, and it's in a very, 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 very unusual spot that you'd never imagine is a brewery that's doing this type of stuff. So my hat's off to those guys at Pontoon Brewing doing amazing stuff, whether it's fruited or not. You guys be prepared with your happy hour vitamins when you get your package, because you're going to need it after this Honeycrisp Smiggles that you're going to get.
It looks like it's not moving.
Dude, it doesn't.
It just
I mean-
looks
Like
like
a
a
smoothie.
smoothie. Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, literally, this thing is not.
Yeah, honestly.
Damn, you thick girl.
Yeah.
Mm.
This is a lucky kind of girl.
Boy, you are not wrong, Jay. That is right up my alley. I'm drinking. I don't know who sent this to me. I think it's Micah.
Yep,
You know that's Micah
Gosh,
for sure.
Schwartz beer.
for sure.
It's very good, very very good. But I had that, and then I had Patrick's brown ale. I think was it a brown ale or a black ale?
I had a it
black
said,
IPA.
uh,
Black IPA.
BIPA,
Yeah.
and there's another one in there that I don't know what the acronym is that I need to ask them.
Patrick can
But yeah.
brew some beer. Oh my gosh, he sent me back with
Yeah.
a bunch more. We did a beer exchange in
Shit.
person, and he sent me back with a bunch more, and I'm ready to get into it. They've got some good. He's got some good stuff. What was that?
Yeah, and I think I don't know. Oh, Jay's talking.
Oh,
was
he's
like, I didn't know
talking to
what's
someone.
going
I was
on.
like, what is happening?
But black IPAs, I feel like, are very underrated. Like they came
Oh,
and
yeah.
went so quick. So I love when I find, like, I remember the first one I had was actually in Blowing Rock at Lost Province Brewing, and it just kind of like blew my mind a little. Like, oh my god, a stout and a porter and an IPA had a baby, and it's so good. And Patrick did an amazing job. I don't think he's on tonight.
Like to have a
I
baby
did just
with
open-
Jay's beer. This shit is thick.
Brad.
So I
That
don't
was
remember
inappropriate.
who.
I'm sorry.
I just opened a box of chocolates. I don't know who sent me this. It was either Patrick or Micah, but it's 10% and it tastes like a freaking box of chocolates. It's a Belgium quad.
Charleville, I think that
What's
is
happening?
Micah.
Jay needs to
maybe.
find the mute button. He is shouting something.
Chasing the dog or
mean,
something.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Hey, I'll be
Dennis,
honest.
over here.
I'm just going to be honest real quick. I'm trying to call for my wife to come and try this fucking beer because
Before you
in
eat it
the
all.
can, yeah, before
Jay's over
because
here
you
like,
can
"Ma,
see
the meatloaf. I never
mean,
know what she's doing.
He probably
back
needs a
there.
spoon. He's like, Ma, bring me a
What is
spoon.
she
Yeah.
doing back
Ma, I
there? I
gotta
never know what
scoop
she's
this
doing
like,
back there.
just hurry the fuck up, will
the
you?
meatloaf is
The
ready.
meatloaf.
I mean,
Oh, did
look
anybody
at
get
that.
their little army man? Oh, you're back on that.
Army man?
Yeah, Army
You get an
Man's in
army
there.
man with your vitamins.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you do?
Let's go check in with let's check in with Ben to
What's-
figure out
Did
what's
I?
going on with the
What's
Army
the secret behind the army men?
You
So,
just had it up.
so it's this ridiculous just gimmick
Sounds ridiculous.
I stumbled upon one day. So basically, the Blue Army Man, he comes with. Now, if you get a bottle from Amazon, you won't get the Blue Army Man because they just ship the bottle only. But the Blue Army Man is part of the Happy Hour Vitamins Hangover Army. And what he likes to do is post up next to where you keep your booze and help remind you to take your Happy Hour Vitamins. And it's just this ridiculous gimmick. And it's actually been a thing we've done for like 4 years now. And it's been like really popular. It's just a fun thing.
awesome. I love little fun things like that because that makes it so much better.
At the end of the day, we're selling hangover pills. It's not really that serious. I mean, it's serious, but not really. You know, it's got to have fun.
Ben,
Well, like
it is
life. I mean-
so serious.
It's like life.
don't-
What?
Dude, I
This
can
is
tell
gonna be
you,
like this is
my
gonna change my life.
my Thursday mornings are very fucking serious. When I wake up
Yeah.
feeling like shit,
Have you
I
ever
just
woke
wish
up
I could quit my job.
Well, that's the other one that was mentioned was the bonus packs.
Oh.
What? Hold on. Let me get back to you. Bonus
Yeah.
points.
Oh,
Well, I
So-
sent those to some of you guys.
Yeah.
Not I.
And basically, if you order 12 packs, for example, the promo code you're going to release later in the episode is for a 12-pack order. We'll put 1 or 2 packs of these bonus packs in there because at the end of the day, we want you to share them with friends. Because this is a weird product because at the end of the day, the first thing everyone asks is like, does it work? And so that's why we're really big on
Yes.
giving out samples,
Yes.
letting you try them. Exactly, and that's the thing. And also too, we're trying to encourage people to give it to their friends because you're more likely to. I could spend $1 bazillion on Facebook and all this stuff. And you see the ad, and you're like, it might work. But if your friend gives you a pack and says, "Hey, these work pretty well," you're more likely to try it. And I also feel that's a little bit more realistic way to grow,
yeah.
just because it is kind of the camaraderie of drinking. For example, if you find an amazing beer, you're going to suggest it to your friends. You're going to ship it to your friends and your thing. And that's kind of what I feel with this. It's more of that camaraderie and sharing with your drinking buddies and things like that. And it's kind of funny now. It can be kind of annoying sometimes if I'm like out on a date, but I'll literally be walking downtown and some guy's like, hey man, you getting those pills on you? I'm like, yeah.
Of course I do. I'm always strapped.
Hilarious.
You're like,
They-
I have to carry it.
keep that thing on me.
Yeah, if I go drinking now, I usually have a pocket full because if I do not, I will guarantee to have people ask me for them. And just
I
and
just
it's
picture
one of
like
those.
a fanny pack, and you're just like, man.
Basically, yeah, I need to start doing that.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
So Ben, you mentioned the promo code. What's the promo code we have tonight?
So what I wanted to do for you guys is get something to your listeners. I really appreciate all of you guys' obviously legit testimonials, and you guys have liked the product. You guys have tried it. It's Hops News, and if you order a 12-pack, which is normally $15, it's 50% off of that, so it'll be only $7.50, which is basically the price of your next drink. And actually, too, the way I set up the promo code, you can actually order 2 of the 12 packs. So basically, you'd be buying 1, get 1 free. So you'd be able to get 24 packs plus some bonus packs for $15.
Hey.
Yeah. And like I order the pill ones off or the bottle off of Amazon, but it's nice to have the little packs too, because I'll throw them in my purse sometimes for, I'm a little, I'm out at a brewery and I drink a little more than I thought. Let me go ahead and take, because sometimes we go to a brewery and I have 1 beer and then I don't need it. But sometimes you end up drinking more. And like you said, like there are times where we'll be, doing the ale line or something here, and I'll hand some to a friend. So I like having the little packs, and I do include them sometimes when I send somebody beer. I'll throw in a
Wait a
pack.
minute.
I thought I had sent you some, Lucky. I'm sorry.
How do we get happy
fine,
hour
no, I'm
vitamins
not salty.
on the ale line? How do we get happy hour vitamins as a part of the ale line?
Ooh, I can talk to Melissa and Mike.
Yes,
That would actually
of course
be a
you
good place
can,
to
because we've
advertise.
had them on
Oh,
for
definitely.
sure. Yeah, so this is, Ben, this is kind of a no-brainer for us, right? I think everybody on this side of the mic is going to order 2 12-packs at
Oh, yeah.
50% off for Hops News.
I would say so.
I am
I'm trying to
definitely
do it right now.
all over that to make sure
Pushing
that
this on Twitter right now.
yeah, that I definitely get on those. I see a potential partnership, somehow a happy hour vitamin segment in our future, because if you guys aren't a part of this, especially for a discount code like that, you're definitely missing out. You can get it on Amazon. Those guys will literally deliver it next day for 50% of the country. And you got a promo code if you go to Happy Hour Vitamins website to get it there.
Yeah.
So definitely an easy sale just to try it out to see if it works for you. Hey, if you feel like it works, it works. If you feel like it doesn't, no love lost, because you're getting 50% off tonight.
Well, and it's vitamins too. So like you've got zinc in here and vitamin B, and it's if you read the ingredients,
Hey,
it's vitamins. And
This
there's a pandemic
fucking
going
shit
on out
right
there,
here
so-
will prevent COVID.
Yeah.
I'm not
Take
even
your
lying to you.
vitamins.
Take
They'll
this
prevent COVID.
today.
There we go.
I-
This is we found the cure.
This is the tagline. Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that. Early in the pandemic, I don't get a whole lot of phone calls because, in general, we're online based. I got this random phone call from some probably eccentric lady and was basically telling me how great Happy Hour Vitamins was, and I should market them as something you should take for COVID. And I was kind of like, that's a big gray area. I don't really want to be claiming my product's gonna fix a pandemic. And
We'll you watch it down with
We'll
the-
claim it for you, Ben. These prevent the fuck out of COVID.
Hey,
Oh,
listen,
listen,
Ben.
Jay
What
was
you
very
probably
adamant.
don't
I was
know,
like,
Prevent
Ben, what you-
STDs. They prevent.
what you
Pretty
probably
much
don't know,
everything.
Ben, is we've got about 4 accountants and a lawyer on this side of the mic.
I
We'll
don't want
promote anything that we can't
Look,
fucking
I
deal with a
also-
lawyer on.
Marketing/accounting, we're good. We got you covered. We got this.
yeah.
The legal department, I am not.
Yeah.
No.
strongly
She's already signed
advise
on.
This does not prevent
She's
COVID.
already signed
Yes,
on.
exactly.
She's already
Bobby,
signed
you're
on.
my lawyer for life.
Yeah.
I
don't know if
only
you knew
am
that.
able to
She's only
practice
good
in
in
Florida. I
Bird
apologize.
law.
That's fine. I'll move
So
on.
here we go.
Bird law.
The first promo, Happy Hour Vitamins. They'll prevent hangovers and COVID. Get them while they're hot.
Absolutely not.
Promo code
It's like, why the
Hops
fuck did I
News.
come on here?
50%
That's all we
off
have to say.
right now.
Please consult your physician before relying on said vitamins to prevent COVID.
Let's go. Sorry, guys.
Jesus, Mash.
Mash is all
Actually,
over
it's not.
himself over there.
Speaking on like
Bradley Marchand is an elite hockey player. I will hear nothing else about it tonight. 2-2. Let's go.
Okay.
real quick, just because people ask me like, why do they work? So there's a few things. I mean, if you look on the back of the Happy Hour Vitamins, there's a whole ton of ingredients in it. And so the big thing is there's a few different things going to like kind of working there. There's a lot of B vitamins, B vitamin complex. Your body burns up a lot of B vitamins when you drink. Your liver uses them to help process the sugars from alcohol, break down the alcohol, and things like that. And so a lot of people that drink regularly typically have B vitamin deficiencies. So that was like when I launched the product originally, where it was more of like overall wellness for people to drink. That was one of the big reasons for when you look at it, it's got some really aggressive daily values for the B vitamins. Part of it is because a lot of people that drink regularly are deficient. So it was kind of help balance that out. Was kind of like, here's plenty extra, use what you need. And then also too, there's stuff for overall liver support. Milk thistle's a big one that a lot of people are really familiar with. Milk thistles and a few other things in there, but milk thistle's like kind of the big one. Has a few like specific compounds that are helped with like the processing alcohol, prickly pear cactus, NAC. Prickly pear cactus was actually shown to help hangovers in a study by themselves, in a study by Tulane. That was one of the tweaks we made a couple of years ago. A couple of my friends who were doctors saw that study, and so I worked with my manufacturer to add prickly pear cactus extract, which is pretty common in a lot of products similar to mine. And it also has a lot of things just for overall antioxidants, super fruits, things like that, things for like detox, because in general, obviously, drinking's probably not the healthiest thing we do. So having some antioxidants, get rid of some of the free radicals are really important. So basically, just take the dose, for people who are listening, you take a dose before or while you're drinking. I always tell people earlier than later, because what will happen is you're like, oh, I'll start drinking, have fun, and you forget to take it. You wake up feeling terrible. So I always tell people earlier than later, ideally with water. It doesn't have to necessarily be, but kind of with the water to help dilute it. 'Cause at the end of the day, if you're drinking for beer, it's not as bad. The high percentage beers, it can be a little bit rough. But if you're drinking like the straight, if you're drinking old fashions all night, you got to drink some water. I mean, at the end of the day, 2 capsules can't provide the water your body needs. Beer's not as bad. Beer and wine aren't quite as bad, but ideally you want to fix some water in there. Also, too, it helps the product dilute so your body can absorb it more efficiently. So,
No, that makes sense. Well, and I'm not huge on swallowing the pills with beer because you get all the bubbles. So I actually do prefer to drink them with the water.
Well, I gotta say,
good point.
I will attest to this because my wife and I, we recently visited Lauren down in Orlando, and we went out for a brewery hopping day, and we popped those pills before we went, and we probably went out until like 11 o'clock at night and had to be up at 2:30 to those our poor kids are still troopers to this day. But we
The kids did not go brewery hopping. They just
the kids didn't go brewery hopping. They stayed at Lauren's house. But we all had all popped the happy hour pills before, and we felt great. I mean, as great as you can off of 2 hours of sleep, but there was no like beer. Like my wife drank a lot. I drank a decent amount, and we felt great. It was, trust me, these pills do actually work. This isn't just us out here peddling something that we've never tried. Like these pills, I will swear on everybody's grave by these.
Well, I like Mary Poppins them too. It's like, okay, guys, we're getting ready to leave. Here, take your medicine. And then as they were walking out the door, I'm like, here's more.
Mom definitely like passed out pills on the way out. She was standing next to the door, like, take your pills.
Yeah, I did. They were walking out the door, and I'm like, here's more vitamins, not pills, vitamins. Because it's like vitamins. Lack of sleep. I mean, I'm a big, like, I need my 8 hours. So lack of sleep to me alone can feel like a hangover. So if you're going to have lack of sleep, at least you don't need a hangover. So.
And when you're flying back across country.
I ain't fucking around. I've already ordered my 2 12-packs. So
me too.
Way.
I'm going to order mine in a minute because I have the game on my phone. But I will say we've had a couple people off of Twitter that have hit me up and said that they have already ordered theirs because they were watching the stream. And he said that, he ordered them. So look at that.
We definitely have some orders coming through.
Awesome.
Nice.
Great to see. You'll love to see it.
Let's go check in with MASH. Parting shots. What's coming up with Geeks?
Guys, Geeks, man, we're on 2 different press lists for comic books. So Valiant Comics, Scout Comics. Maybe we might have a presence at Salt Lake City Comic-Con. But we just recently, I picked up Rangers of the Divide, which is a comic book that you have to pick up by Megan Huang. Our episode with her comes out tomorrow. It's Dark Horse Comics, massive. They used to do Star Wars, Batman, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we are actually going to do Mortal Kombat episode right after this. And then in 3 weeks, we are going to be interviewing the writer of all 4 Sharknado movies. So it's crazy. Oh my God.
Gonna need a bigger podcast.
Hey guys, I can't believe first of all, there's bigger news than this. And you're lucky because I didn't wear my donut sweater.
Get it.
I actually have been seen. So for months, everybody's been following us knows that I have been out here
hitting Dunkin' Donuts up every single day. Well, guess what? They saw my graduation. So I graduated from college a couple weeks ago, finally. Woohoo. Thank you. I wore my Dunkin' Donuts jogger outfit. My wife, she snapped some good photos. We got some good pictures. Well, they saw those pictures and they're going to be using me and my Dunkin' Donuts jogger on their social media. So Dunkin' Donuts has noticed the geeks. More to come. I was like, hey, so how about that sponsorship as well? They'll probably ignore that, but at least you'll see your boy Mash as a promotional tool for Dunkin' Donuts, and that's all I can ask for at this time.
Awesome. Mash is always hitting home runs with the Dunkin' Donuts. If you haven't checked
I got
out
Crocs
the
on the way.
Instagram,
Like, I'm waiting for my Crocs to be delivered, and they are Dunkin' Donuts Crocs.
Yeah.
Just so we know, are aware.
I do not.
Natural.
Crocs,
No, this is
joggers.
just him.
Boom.
Hoppy's like, I do not support the Dunkin'
No,
obsession.
I don't at all.
While we're here, though, I just want to
I have nothing to say.
Dunkin' Donuts. I just want to shamelessly plug, though. Make sure you go follow Bottle Share on Twitter, follow Bottle Share on Instagram, YouTube.
I thought you were going to say
I
I thought you were going to say
No, no,
Dunkin'
no, no,
Donuts.
no.
I was like, man,
Because
get
I
you can
also-
follow or fondle.
No, I also work for Bottle Share. So go ahead and check out Bottle Share. They are a nonprofit working for.
Oh, we
the
didn't do
craft-
a donate button. Whoops.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Shit,
damn.
man. We're going to
Because
recommend.
did Jay explain why he
hold
got
on.
kicked off of
About any of
Facebook?
that.
Time
We
out.
haven't talked
We're
about any of
doing
that.
we're doing a donation button tomorrow because we are doing the live stream for a cure tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Ah,
Eastern.
That's
yeah.
right.
We are going to be working towards raising $15,000 towards cancer research. It's not just us. We're kicking off the stream tomorrow that kicked off today. It's a 4-day event, live stream for the cure. We'll be posting out links. Watch our Facebook, our Twitters, and you'll get the link for that. So you can buy merch, you can donate any of that stuff. Just if you donate, make sure that you put it's on behalf of Hops News, just so that they know that, hey, we're raising X amount of dollars, we're shilling out, and it's for a great cause. So live stream for the cure tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be through Twitch. You don't need an account. And then make sure you check out Bottle Share because I'm shilling out for Bottle Share. I work for them as well. Nonprofit helping out the craft beer.
Well, and we
the
all
wine
love
industry.
Chris.
And Chris has the greatest story on earth. Chris is probably without a doubt, the most genuine human being you'll ever meet. And there is a beer coming out next week with Firemaker Brewing in Atlanta, Georgia, with proceeds are going to Bottle Share. So if you're able to get your hands on that, please do.
Awesome. Yeah, I haven't shared, but I will share while I was banned from Facebook. So stick around to my closing. Brewitch. Brewitch, closing statements. Where can we find you? What do we have to look forward to from Brewitch?
I mean, I mentioned this last week. I'm making this something of a job so I can write articles about it, but I'm touring all like the Chicago neighborhoods so I can make something of like a beer guide for Chicago.
Oh,
like
send it to us. We put them on our
if you're in this
YouTube,
neighborhood, go to these
Brewitch.
5 places. Yeah, like this is my plan. So like I'm making this honestly like a task I have to do, which is great because that means I can go like day drinking and like what's not to love. So look forward to that. That's what I have coming up. Otherwise, you can find me on Instagram as Gilbert. I'm also on Twitter, but I only have like 30 followers. So you can find me there if you really want. But like, I'm not excited.
No, I sincerely hope that you're in Chicago in
Otherwise,
October because I'm going to come see you because I'm already going to Chicago.
yeah, like even if I'm not here, like I mean, chances are I will.
I'm
be.
here in
But
spirit.
even if I'm
here in
not, I'll
spirit.
have loads. Yeah,
We're going out drinking
like
together.
I'll
in
have loads of
Chicago.
bars for you to go to. Yes, please. And otherwise, that's all I've planned. Just drinks in Chicago. If anyone's trying to hang, come find me.
That's awesome. Thanks for joining us again tonight, Brewitch. Always great to have you on it, and we look forward to the Chicago beer content. Lucky.
Hell yeah.
Feeling lucky. What do we have to look forward to? Where can people find you?
Yeah, so go check out, Jay plugged it earlier, the episode this week. I've already gotten a lot of feedback, both positive and negative, I guess, on the episode that came out. Yeah, not great. But it's a funny episode. We have a lot of fun. This Friday, if you are listening to this or watching this and you are in the Milwaukee area, and if this comes out before May 21st, the Feeling Lucky crew is going to be at New Barons Brewing Company.
What?
That's whoops, wrong one.
Are you an owner?
I was backwards. But we are going to be there at the New Barons Brewing Company. They are hosting a event that's going to be a huge event. They have tons and tons of vendors. They have, if you've never been to New Barons, they have a gorgeous patio and all that stuff. They are going to have a food truck, and it is to benefit the, I want to pull it up quick, the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and it's on behalf of Monica Zubke. So she is a fellow member owner of New Barons. She's an awesome person. We were supposed to have her on Feeling Lucky. We will hopefully have her on sometime soon, but we weren't able to get her on before our episode dropped. But she will be, or she's nominated for the Milwaukee Woman of the Year, which is pretty awesome. She's done a lot of stuff for charities and stuff around Milwaukee, and this is going to be a huge event. We will be there, and if you come and you say, I didn't say this on the podcast, but if you are listening, I'll buy you your first beer or whatever. Love to talk to people that listen to Hops News and follow us and Feeling Lucky, and we will be there, and it'll be a lot of fun. So come to that for sure if you are in the Milwaukee area. If not, there is ways to donate, but I don't know. You can do that.
How do you do it?
You can switch.
What just happened?
How do you?
I don't know what happened.
How do you
I was on a
donate?
roll. I think he's trying to kick me off. That's fine.
It's like the music
they're
playing at
pulling
the
the curtain
awards.
down.
The
Yeah.
music is playing, yeah.
How
Put the curtain down.
How do you donate?
I was adding links.
What was that?
How do you donate?
It is. I don't know that. I don't know. I'll figure that out and put something out.
Oh, God.
But yeah, it's really cool. It's awesome that we can be associated with her and them in any way. And we're excited to be there. So come out to New Barons Brewing Company. If you haven't been there, it's also an awesome place in Milwaukee. One of my favorite spots, obviously.
And we're going to
Who are
have
the
them on
owners?
Thursday,
Me and JJ.
Oh,
next
okay.
Thursday.
That's all you need to know. There's a lot more, but just me and JJ. We own it. So it'll be a fun event. And all of the vendors they're all donating proceeds and stuff to this towards this cause, and there's going to be a ton of stuff there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So we're hoping to show up and show out for them.
Awesome. Listen to their recent episode. You'll fucking have a ball. Hoppy, where can people find you? Parting shots.
I run the Hops Geek News Instagram and obviously the Hoppy Mommy as well. Matt failed to mention that we did just release an episode with Gary Morgenstein, which is actually how the Sharknado writer is coming on. So he was part of getting Sharknado to happen he did all the PR, and then he wrote a couple books. Almost halfway through one of the books this guy wrote. Super awesome. It's got some sci-fi in it. It's got like a dystopian future kind of feel. I'm loving it. He was an awesome interview. So check that one out. That one dropped Monday night. And like you said, we got the comic book one coming out.
You're having Sharknado writer on?
The writer
Yeah.
is coming on June 16th, and that will release in August for Shark Week. But yeah, Gary Morgenstein was actually the PR guy for Sci-Fi that pushed for Sharknado being made. So without him, Sharknado
So
would
thank
have
God
never
for
happened.
him. I mean, could you imagine life without Sharknado?
I
mean, it
can't
brought
fucking
Ian
fathom
Ziering's
it.
career back. I mean, come on.
Boy,
Bruins are going to overtime, just so
I
we're clear.
can't fathom it.
it'd be a lot like my life, which is sad
But-
and depressing. And not
I mean, I
great,
can't
so.
even take credit for a lot of this because Matt does all the marketing and he gets all these people and he like sends me things. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck we're on that list, but that's pretty damn awesome. So keep up the good work.
Got you.
I just take pretty beer pictures. I do research content though. And now we're gonna record Mortal Kombat tonight. Spoiler alert: that movie was not great.
Whoa!
What?
What?
Oh my
What?
God, Lauren, I'm kicking you off the podcast.
I enjoyed that. Me and Mash are doing Hops Geeks, I
Wow.
guess. I enjoyed
Lucky's
that.
joining
Yeah.
me, apparently.
So that episode will be dropping next Monday night.
You're disgusting.
Assuming I'm on it.
Go take a shower.
Not listening now that I know how you feel about it.
Yeah.
Go take a shower.
I also don't like Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh.
And I thought Batman
Oh,
vs Superman was a terrible movie.
That we can agree on.
Let's go ahead and go
This
to
is where the
Ben.
geeks fall
Ben, we're watching the downfall of our geek episode right before your eyes.
taking applications.
Yeah, parting shots, and how can people find you or the Happy Hour Vitamins?
The two best places really to find Happy Hour Vitamins is just happyhourvitamins.com. And as we mentioned before, there is the Hop News promo code for a 12-pack for 50% off. But also, too, you can find us on Amazon. A lot of people go on Amazon to find us, just Happy Hour Vitamins. We have a couple different options of bottles, of packs. And also, too, if you look at our Instagram, on our story, we regularly post like active promo codes. So it's one of those things to check out. Like I think we have an active promo code on our Instagram right now for bottles on Amazon. So that's one of the ways to follow us and touch base with us.
Very nice, man. Parting shots. What's your fucking word of advice for the drinkers out there with Happy Hour Vitamins?
Well, I mean, really, I mean, it's can't drink. I mean, other than can't drink all day unless you start in the morning. But I mean, it's one of those, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is like when people ask about Happy Hour Vitamins, my whole thing is like, the only thing you have the risk is, you know, your hangover. I mean, really, I mean, what's the worst thing you can lose? You take the pack, you wake up and you don't have a hangover. Okay. You know, so I mean, it's one of those things. Why not try them out? See what you think.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Seriously, nothing to lose. Like you're absolutely right.
So I will so this, I hope you guys can appreciate this. This
Oh
is
my God.
fucking
Oh my God.
lacing. There's no lacing on a glass.
You drink
Oh.
apple cider. I want
Yeah.
a donut now.
This
Oh, I see a hidden
lacing.
Mickey.
God, an apple cider donut. Oh
Yeah.
God.
And I kind of live by that. You can't drink all
Mash is in
day.
basic mode.
My tailgating motto is you can't drink all day if you don't start at daybreak. So Happy Hour Vitamins will be a big part of my tailgating experience coming this fall for sure. So go ahead and check us out. Check them out there. happyhourvitamins.com, promo code Hops News. I've already ordered my limit on that. I'm hoping I can hit Ben up in his DMs and maybe get an extended promo code
We'll go
to
do that.
bring some more happy hour vitamins to the Hops News listeners. But it's always good. You can check us out anywhere as at Hops News, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Hopefully I've got control of Facebook again. And I will tell you guys, just so you know I'm not bullshitting, this is, and anybody that is in our group knows I've complimented, what is that word I'm looking
Jay
for?
is trashed right now. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Contemplated.
wow, Jay, I've never seen you go down this path
Contemplated.
before.
Thank God for the
One
happy hour.
half of
It's
it.
usually one of us.
Yeah, I'm
Wow,
gonna need him in the
I've
morning.
never seen this before.
Look at all that.
I will. So
Jay had a
just,
safety net tonight.
just
he
so
said,
everybody knows, this is my hat to start out. Right? No one cares what you shot because I work in the golf industry, and this week was our opening week, and it has been an absolute fucking man. I couldn't wait till to drink some beer. Contemplated. Anybody that's contemplated was the word I was looking for. Here's the
That was a struggle. Holy cow.
here's the post. And this is no shit. I've contemplated leaving Facebook for a long time, and you can see why this has come to reality this morning. At like, I think before 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, I posted Lisa Traco and do it yourself. And this was in a dad's
Need
group.
to
A guy was
stop
asking
talking
about,
about my high school girlfriend, Jay. That's what it is.
this guy was asking about digging a pond. And I was legitimately saying, man, just Lisa Traco and do it yourself, because that's what we do a lot. It's a lot cheaper. And Facebook literally
Goddamn
reported
Lisa.
me. Not only did they report me, right? I
dirty
appealed
hoe.
it. I appealed
Honestly.
it.
Don't listen to feeling lucky.
Disgusting.
I appealed it, and Facebook upheld it and suspended me or banned me for 24 hours.
It's because
clearly the
Zuckerberg
person
doesn't
who-
know what a track hoe is.
Right. He doesn't garden, I
These
guess.
damn General Z don't know what a track hoe is.
But what I had text you guys, if it was meant to be dirty, you don't lease a hoe and do it yourself. That's the whole point. Then you don't have to do it yourself. So clearly it's not a
Right.
dirty comment.
That's why I have plenty of hoes.
So
No, I don't. I need more hosts. That's why I need more hosts.
So
I have
listen,
a hoe in each area code.
listen to Feeling Lucky and the Geeks
the
because they
song.
got plenty of hoes and hoes in every area code. But I can promise you, if you don't follow us somewhere else other than Facebook, follow us on Twitch, whatever it may be, because we may not be around on Facebook much longer because they legitimately lost their damn mind on that. Go give us a follow or subscribe on YouTube. Ben, man, it's been great to get to meet you and to get to know more about you. The giveaway is we are going to give away $100 worth of happy hour vitamins
$100. Wow.
to the first person that chimes in on the video with what Ben's first beer was.
I know.
I was gonna
Well,
say,
other than the
I
host.
can't get to the chat fast enough. Fuck.
Other than the host, we're going to
Holy
give
crap.
away some happy hour vitamins,
Son of a bitch.
and I'll be in personal contact with Ben to make sure that we make the package worth it, but it'll be at least $100 worth to anybody that gets that. So if you weren't around in the first part of the episode, go back and listen to it because Ben definitely gives us his first beer. Thanks for joining us, Ben. We definitely appreciate your time this evening.
Hey, it's been a great time, man. I really appreciate it. It's been a fun Wednesday.
Cheers.
Yes.
You should join us every
God, it is
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Wow. I'm
Ben,
over
you
here
should
thinking-
join us every Wednesday because you're always here.
Yeah, this is where you always are on Wednesday. It doesn't feel like Wednesday. Do you have a terrible towel on your head? What's happening?
This is the Boston Bruins towel that I
Are
got
we
from
all
the
just
playoffs
like
when I went to
trash
the-
right now, or is it
the
just
Bruins playoff game a couple years ago against the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
It's a staple. So I actually try to go to playoff games as much as I can.
So
And
does
I'm
every
just
team
sitting
up
with the
there have
towel
a
on my head.
have a yellow towel? Is that like a
Yes.
thing up
Yes.
Well, it's just like they give you playoff towels when you go to the games, and you know
north? What do you need a towel at the game for, though?
because you're like, woo, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they score. You're like,
I've never been to a game where anybody gave me a towel.
Hoppy,
well, it's
stop
because
being
Florida
so
never makes it to
practical.
the playoffs. So
Bullshit.
Damn.
I heard the Panthers and the Lightning are doing good.
yeah, but the Lightning have fake fans. So
I'm not a fan of either, so I don't really care. But
Hey, Ben.
but you have the terrible towel in football. The Miami Dolphins.
yeah, that's the
well,
Steelers. Who cares about the Steelers?
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, the Steelers have a.
Go Pack, go. Go Pack, go. Go Pack, go. Go Pack, go.
Miami
Go Pack, go.
Are we off?
Go
Are we
Pack.
done?
Okay, we're done. Shit.
Yeah,
gotta
we're
end
not
the
done.
video.
Hey Ben, hey Ben, if you have any interest, I got to get going. But if you have any interest in coming on Feeling Lucky, our
Oh shit, we do. Too.
our demographic is a lot more of me. So I think they would really appreciate you coming on and
God,
talking to
more
you
of
if you
Lucky.
want.
It is.
Oh no.
I'll get in your DMs or something.